Hey, on a bit of a mission this morning. Right, I keep seeing, and whether I keep seeing it, and you know this term, right? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And you're like, fine, okay, yeah. So I've been through some shit, and I got over it, and I use it to help other people. Does what doesn't kill you make you stronger? Is that really okay? Because do you know what that teaches me? I'm a mum, okay, but I'm also, I help people out of their own crap. I help people relinquish control. I help mums who are just so busy, so frustrated, so tired, feel better, right? So I'm sitting here thinking, what doesn't kill you makes you... Does that mean that my kids have to go through hell in order to be strong, successful humans? Wow, really? Does that mean that, oh, it's great that people get abuse and go through horrific marriages, go through horrific childhoods? That's cool, because look, they'll be super strong. No, it fucking doesn't. Do you know what it does is if something terrible happens and you are able to use that in order to help someone else, that is fucking magical, right? But it doesn't mean that you couldn't help people or you couldn't do something really purposeful with your life if you hadn't gone through it, okay? Now, for a lot, I mean, it's Mental Health Week, isn't it? And for a long time, I denied, in my adulthood, I've denied my own childhood, which, you know, was I started off at 13 being diagnosed with anorexia and got told I had a month to live. You know, that does something to a person, but not just me. That did a shitload to my family, okay? It really did hurt so many people. And I'm not to blame for that. I'm just saying that was horrific. And it was years. I didn't truly get out of the system. So when I was 13, oh my God, it escalated to something horrendous. I ended up in a very abusive place where, you know, it was awful down in London, and then that caused its own stuff. So for years I was in, you know, the psychiatric system, the mental health system, and I used to be so ashamed of talking about that because I thought it was definitive of who I am now, and it's not. But do you know something? I also didn't need that in order to be who I am today. What you do is, with all the crap that you have dealt with, you then make a choice, right? You make a choice. Does it define you? Does it mean everything you get to be bitter? You do. You have an absolute right to be bitter, to be angry, to fucking hate people, to want people to suffer because you have that right if someone runs over your cat, right? It is not, you don't have to make it mean anything, or you can choose to use bits of those things, to use the kindness that people showed you, because there will be some. It depends on what you want to see, all right? So it's not, I don't believe it's what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I was like, all the shit you've gone through, you now make a choice whether you're going to continue that reign of crap or you're going to you have a choice every single day to how to live your life and how to live it where you are not controlled by your past. You are driven by the moment you're in right now to a goal in your future that can be absolutely anything. So I get a little bit like when these sayings that have just always been around, like money doesn't grow on trees. What the fuck's that about? You know, if you can believe it, if you can see a future where you're absolutely loaded, see it. Do you know what I mean? Actually, it does grow on trees because it used to be made out of paper, so it used to piss me off as well. But I'm not angry. I'm passionate about, you know, we cannot let people think that in order to be successful and spiritual that they need to have gone through this epic trauma. And also, trauma is a matter of opinion as well, and a matter of perspective. I'm going to go on a bit now, aren't I? But bear with. Right, so, God, I hate that. What have I just said? Right, okay, so for example, I went through years and years and years of mental health issues in the system of it all. I had an amazing mum, like, who literally was there and and was there with me every step of the way. And I'm absolutely blessed to have this amazing human as my mom. I mean, words don't even compute. So mum, anyway, so I went through that, and I went to college, believe it or not. I got kicked out. I went to college. Yeah, anyway, that's another story. But, this girl, I kind of knew her. We weren't really friends or anything, but one day I noticed she wasn't there, and I was like, I wonder where she is. I don't, you know, and, she came in late. And I was like, you all right? She looked a bit sad. And I thought, oh, gosh, okay, she all right? Why not ask somebody, you know? And she says, I think I just want to die. I'm like, oh, my God. You know, from someone who'd, you know, kind of almost attempted, you know, I'd kind of attempted suicide, like cry for help, you know, taking lots of pills and stuff like that. And then told someone so that I could be saved. I didn't want to die. I just wanted help. But she was serious. I'm like, oh, my gosh, what's happened? She went, my cat got run over. And the girl I was saying with just laughed. And I was like, oh my gosh, was that cat important? She went, that was everything I had. I told that cat everything. It was like my diary. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, your cat getting run over makes you want to kill yourself. Does that not, you know, she was absolutely in bits. I mean, she needed to, you know, she needs to go and talk to somebody. So you know, we found her somebody to go and just let her, because I wasn't equipped at the time to deal with that. I was in like 18. But in that moment I thought, oh my gosh, it is all a matter of perspective. You know, you can go through some of the hardest times. You can go through divorce. You can go through labour. You can go through death. You can go through trauma, PTSD, all these things. And yet, depending on where you are in that moment and how you're viewing that particular issue will depend on whether it's going to destroy your life or change your life, or how you're going to use it, I suppose. And I think that in that moment, I realised that, goodness me, it isn't about what happens to us, right? It's about what we make it mean. So, and how much responsibility we take for it. Because responsibility is kind of key. You can't fix anything unless it's yours to fix. You can't fix somebody else, right? Because that's impossible, because that's their story. You can only fix you. So in order to fix a situation, you have to take 100% responsibility for your part in fixing it. And that doesn't say, well, they're also responsible. There's nothing you can do about anyone else. There's nothing you can do about them. The only person you can control is you. And this is where it all comes back to. You control how you see everything. You can control what you do with it. You can control your choices. No one else can. But what you cannot control is anybody else. Okay, you control you. Now, if everything that you are doing doesn't sit with you, if the way that you're reacting to stuff, if what you're doing, if your reactions are not true to you, that means that your belief system is skewed. That actually what you've hardwired into your subconscious is skewed. So I'm going to end soon, don't worry. You're like, what the fuck? Switch her off. So that's when you need to have a shift and rewire and make some new channels in your brain, which sounds really like painful and like brain surgery. It's not. It is. Rewiring your brain is super effective, super simple, pretty quick. We've just got to find out what the belief systems are and how to switch them. So if you are feeling out of control, if you are feeling like life is shit and it's not making you stronger, that's okay, because it doesn't have to. But what it does do is you can change it all. You can utterly change your life by perspective, and you change your perspective by changing your beliefs. All right? So you do that by having a chat with someone like me. Awesome. So I hope you get in touch, because it is now's the time to sort out your beliefs, to sort out your control stuff, to sort out what you believe, to sort out what you're doing to hurt yourself. Mostly it's self-sabotage, and these are things I'm passionate about. Have you noticed? So if you wanna stop being your own worst, you want to get out of your own way, if you want to just think, well, I just need to stop doing this, you know who to call, and it's not the Ghostbusters. All right, I'm going to leave it there because I've gone nap, and I am doing this cool 7-minute thing. I'm proving you can do anything in 7 minutes, which is really cool. So I'm just doing a little 7-minute thing, and then I will see you later, no doubt. With love from me to you.